Welcome to the gateway of Manitoulin Island in Ontario, Canada. This is the swing bridge. This bridge is the only drivable way onto Manitoulin Island. The bridge was originally built in 1913 to allow the railway onto Manitoulin Island. In 1945, the bridge was modified for vehicular access. As I'm sure you've guessed in this video, we are not actually at Connerty Meadows farm. In fact, this is my first view of my family farm in almost 5 years as we come around the corner. That green roof barn is the farm that I grew up on. And those are my parents' goats out in the field. They do boar goats. And here we are turning into the driveway. There's a bird in that mailbox, and she puts a nest in there every year, I've been told. Like I said, I haven't been home in almost 5 years at this point. So this is my first glimpse, and you guys are getting to share it with me. My hand is out the window, and I just wanted to show you guys all the things, how much has changed. Oh, look, duck crossing. That was there when I was a kid too. There used to be some other buildings around the area, and lots of changes since the last time I have seen this. Oh, and pulling up to the barn. Hi, you can see me in the mirror. I'm taking the movie for you. I'm going to turn you around, and that is the house that I grew up in. There's something to be said for that. Where those new raised beds are, there used to be cherry trees and those beautiful peonies.
Hi everybody, Ricky from Connerty Meadows farm. I'm sure you noticed that today I am not actually at my farm. I have taken a visit to the homestead that I grew up on. It is on Manitoulin Island, and I was getting a visit in with my family. So this is the house I grew up in. It was built in 1899, and they've had some additions and stuff added to it. And we did dairy cows and beef cows here. We milked about 40 head of cow, and now my parents have switched over to boar meat goats. So they're still farming in their 70s. But we had a pond here. I remember when it was dug. And there we go. Silo. So we used to have our grain in there. The barn over there. Implement shed over there.
These are my parents, Avert and Barbara Jansen. They were married 49 years ago, and I had to take this picture of them snuggling. They always do this 49 years in.
There was a time when there was an extra area on the barn, but apparently the snow knocked it off this past winter. And it's not there anymore. So this is the farm that I grew up on. We milked, what, 30 cows? 25? 40. Close to 40 cows. Gonna say hi, Mom.
Hi. Now I'm gonna milk a goat.
Oh yeah, boss.
That's yeah, I know. You're out, she's in. Yeah. Get a little bit of rain. Yeah.
So the goats are, the little babies here, are in where there was once the hay manger. So this was the hay manger, and then back there where the goats are is where the cows used to be tied up.
Yeah, we're not gonna get her.
The babies are gonna get the milk.
Yeah. Let me get down here fast and leave the baby behind.
We're getting our milk for our breakfast this morning.
The bow tie stands very nicely.
Look, she even open up and squats for you. She's not even tied. She's just chewing her grain. We use really fancy equipment around here called margarine containers to milk in. I can let baby in.
Yeah.
Come on, Squirt. Come on. Look out, Squirt's coming in.
Nummy, nummy in the tummy. Well, she said, I'm so hungry.
Starving. You people are starving me.
And she's been adopted in.
Yeah, so this isn't this goat's baby, but it is now. It's an adopted baby. Oh, Mom's like, I'm done my grain.
I said, you're not done yet.
Babies are always so funny when they drink. Girl.
She's been to fairs. She's
Good girl, Mama. She's very white for a boar.
yeah, she's got she's called bow tie because she's got a little bow tie here.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. You can see, yeah, little bow tie.
Bow tie. Baby says, "Oh, I'm gonna clean you dry." You're getting empty now. Yeah.
Okay, Mom, here's a question for you. How many years have you been farming?
Well, we did part-time farming. 49 years we've been doing it, and then we came here 46 years ago.
Wow. Yeah. It's a long time.
Well, the dairy was 31 or 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've already been 11 years in the goats.
Yeah. Yeah. It's having a wee itch. So this area that I'm showing you right now with all the goats in it, this was where the cows used to stand in stanchions. This middle area is where they ate, but they all have, this is kidding pens. They're not in use right now, but as the mums have babies, they go in each of these little pens to have time alone with their babies. And right now, all the babies. And there's the mom we just milked, bow tie. This is Chubby. He used to live at our farm for a while. He's the daddy of some of our babies this year. And then he came back here. Hey, girls. And then over here was where the calves were in pens, so they still have goat pens. And then in the back there is where we used to put some of the older calves. And I can see Mom's back there feeding another baby. I remember when we put that hole in the wall there so that we could put the round bales in here.
Yep. Come on.
They're like, it's raining, we're gonna melt.
It's raining out. I don't want to go out.
I'm gonna melt. I'm gonna melt. They're like, I don't want to get wet. So funny, guys. The rain's not gonna melt you. Just go. Running out to pasture.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Look at all that grass. You can't even see them out there.
Nope.
Bye-bye, goats. Have fun. Well, that's kind of neat. So they follow a path down the side. So do you have a path?
Fences.
You have a path down the side there that
yes.
goes around to each of the fields?
Yes.
So the rotation, they rotation themselves basically.
Yeah, you just move the gate and they go.
Huh? Oh. Look at all the butterflies. Look at them all. Listen to the birds. So I'm just going to go into the implement shed here. And this tractor, I remember when my dad first bought this. When we were kids, in the back of the tractor, in the back of the cab on the ground, was a little window. And we actually used to sleep back there and hang out back there and play. I think I played Barbies back there when my dad was bailing. Let me see if I can pop over there for you. That's the back window. So the cab part's here, the seat's right there. And we used to sleep. My brother and I used to sleep, my brother Michael and I used to sleep in the back there when my dad would bail. Bailer's right there. Not a lot of space. When you're a kid, it's all right though. Just to give you an idea of how big this tractor is, this is its tire. And the tractor keeps going up. But this tractor, I remember when Dad brought it home. It's called a Douts, which is a Dutch name, and given that we're Dutch, it was pretty cool. I'm going to show you some other really neat old tractors that my dad has in here. This antique here is a John Deere, and we call it the Johnny Putt-Putt. And it always used to run small machinery. It was the first tractor that I drove. After we graduated from driving the riding lawnmower, we were able to drive the Johnny Putt-Putt. So sometimes plowing, sometimes raking, just depended what job we had to do, but this was the tractor that we were entrusted with. And then recently, my dad also got this antique old case. But we'll never forget the Johnny Putt-Putt. It's my dad's old tractor. Just to try to give you a tractor comparison side. So that one's just right behind me. You can see its wheel just comes up probably past my waist, unlike the wheel of the other tractor, which is taller than me. Hi, Dad.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you find my antiques in there?
I did. I did find your antiques. Yeah. And I put them on video. I even stood beside the Dutz tractor tire to show how big it was. Yeah. I climbed in and I showed where we used to sleep when you were bailing.
Yeah.
And play with Barbies.
Yeah, well, those tractors don't cost me anything. No payments on any of them.
Yeah, I remember sitting back there with Michael, and sometimes we'd be on the hay wagon or bailing so long we would be napping and you'd be bailing. Oh well.
So there's a new baler in there, and there's a new baler in that shit there. Two balers the same.
Oh yes, because you had the one for parts, right?
Well, no, I rebuilt it. I put all brand new belts on it, all new bearings in it.
There you go.
It's ready to go. If one breaks, I can hook onto the next one. No dealers here, eh?
Oh, I know.
So
the joys of living on the island.
So I got two balers.
Oh. All right. How many years have you been farming, Dad?
40. What? It depends what kind of farming.
So how many years have you been on this farm?
43, 44.
And then before here, where did you farm?
Southern Ontario, I guess. Well, I had Uncle Bill's farm for 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's 48.
Yeah.
That makes sense, 48.
Yeah.
And then we were married 49 years. And I was a herdsman for 110 cows for 7.5 years.
And that was over in
Whitby.
And when you drive through it now, there's like all...
No, it's still there because it's in the green belt. They can't do anything.
Oh, okay.
But they can't do anything either, and that sucks. They get $1 million worth of acres. And can you imagine spreading manure subdivisions all the way around?
Oh.
You're only allowed a certain time of the year to spread manure and then plow it in at the same time.
Yeah, that's a bit rough.
They're landlocked, and they just build $1 million barn, and they can't do. They're underneath the township control.
So how many years were you on that farm?
What, on that farm?
Yeah, how many years did you farm that one?
7.5 years.
And then before that one?
I was 2 years on a sheep farm.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, the picture in the living room.
Yeah, 2,500 lambs.
Yeah.
2,500 lambs, and we brought them in by train, fed them all winter, and every week we shipped 75 out to market when they were ready.
So why farming after you moved to Canada? Why farming?
It's the way of life.
But you did right away, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you came.
In Holland, I was already on the farm.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, we lived in a subdivision. And the milkman that came around, that was loose milk. He had a 1 pint, 2 pint free container.
Yeah.
And he had canned milk.
Yeah.
And the ladies would all come out. He'd come down on a horse and buggy, and he'd go down the street, and he'd stop, and everybody came out with a pan and 1 liter, 2 liter, 3 liter of milk.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy had milk, a dairy farm down the road. He would take it to the factory and get it pasteurized, and then he would peddle it down the road. And then once a week he would come back on the same route with a horse and buggy, and this was just after the war. And anybody had leftover bread or apple peelings, potato peelings, carrot peelings, anything fruit-wise, they all saved it for him in a basket, and he would go around and pick up a cartload of this food for the cows.
Oh.
And I helped in that too. It was just down the road where he farmed. So on Wednesdays and Saturdays I went around picking up peelings.
Yeah.
And every other day I went around with him selling milk.
So I didn't realize you did that.
I started that pretty young. I was 6, 7 years old.
And then you came to Canada. How did you get into the farm here? You must have known someone from church.
In the first half year we lived in Port Hope and didn't know anybody. And then when we moved to Oshawa, my school teacher, Mrs. Wood.
Yes.
Yeah, she just died.
Okay. I remember going to see the original homestead.
Still good.
And then it was surrounded by city.
Yeah. So I visited her right to the last day. And I still got contact with her
kids.
With her one daughter, Janice.
Yeah.
I got a phone one of these days. Her birthday must be coming up soon.
So that was the farm you worked on.
He worked. He taught me how to milk cows, and I got his tractor sitting in the shed here. The case.
Yes.
And
yeah.
that was his. I inherited that, and that was his joy and pride. If that tractor could talk, that tractor would be singing country music. Don would sing country music right above his lungs.
Oh.
Hand clutch job, and that would. And then I got Prince and Queen. I was raking hay with Prince and Queen, and Don would be having the old Alice Chandler round baler.
Yeah.
He would make bales, and I would be raking hay with the team. So that's how I started.
It's a long time ago.
And then from Don we got into the sheep business. Harry Arnold, Pickering Farms. And we got into that, and then I got introduced to Morris O'Connor's place. Dennis O'Connor just died a couple of months ago. He used to vet. So,
it's a long time farming.
Yeah,
no wonder I'm farming.
Not a city slicker.
No wonder all your kids farm.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but anyway.
I remember when this duck pond was dug. And then we had to line all the sides of it. There are other ducks. They're just hanging out under the tree there. That one not swimming is a fake. So this is the original homestead apple orchard. But you can see There used to be a lot more apple trees in here, but through the years they've kind of died off. This is an old pear tree and it's still got one branch going. There used to be cherry trees down here. But there's definitely lots more apples, but because you can see that tree down there and that one, they're slowly dying off. I told my mom I'd like to get some scions and maybe try to move some of these trees to our place. That house there, when we were kids, there's bunk beds and beds in there. And that's where we used to sleep in the summer. So we felt like we were camping all summer long. We called it the playhouse. And then we had the greenhouse growing up. That's the old deck. It used to go on the back of the house, but they just raised the house and redid the foundation. So they had to move the deck and it's got to go back. But there she is. So something really cool is that, I'm just going to pan over here, the house across the road right there. Now it's all falling down. There hasn't been anyone living in it in years and years and years and years. The two houses were built by brothers and they were built identical. So if you went into one house, it was the exact same floor layout. And it was really, really neat when we were kids, and we kind of went through it. And it was an abandoned house then, and we went through, but now it looks pretty dangerous, but it's kind of neat to see the old farmlands. So my parents' farm is called Channel View Farms, and the reason it's called Channel View Farms is if you look out over there, that's over the North Channel on Manitoulin Island, because you can see the North Channel and then the hills in the background there. And sometimes you can even see the boats on the water going through. Now a lot of the tree line here is growing up in the last number of years, so you don't see the water quite the same, but it's still there.
This is just a quick shot of the North Channel up close. And this is just the sunset of the North Channel. You can see the waves coming in. It was really very peaceful. I'll let you listen for a minute. I know you guys can't really see anything. I'm standing in the front yard. Do you hear that? That whining sound? That's the frogs singing. And a couple ducks quacking. And sadly, that concludes our visit. I thought I would show you us leaving. There it is. Last view of the farm on the way out the driveway. And off we are onto the highway. So, I'm going to flip you around. There it is. The last view of the farm. And who knows the next time I'll be able to get out and visit. Here we are, back on the bridge. But now we're leaving. Very, very short trip, but it was worth every second. It's always sad to go over the bridge. You know that that's the end. I should note that the bridge is very bumpy, and that's because of the original railway. And that's it. We're off.
Well, we made it back. It's a really long drive to Manitoulin Island from where we are, 7-ish hours. It's very stressful when you go away, so we make it short and sweet when we can, but it was worth every second. We left Saturday morning. We were home by Monday evening. We had amazing neighbors and friends help us watch our farm while we were gone, even with a sick goat, and they did an awesome job. So I just want to say shout out to all of my neighbors that helped us out. I hope you enjoyed the little interview with my dad and my mom and got to see the homestead I grew up on. So I'm sure now you can see why I live the lifestyle that I do. I can't help it. It's in my blood. I did mention that I have siblings that farm. I have 2 older sisters. The oldest one has a dairy farm on Manitoulin Island, so they milk cows. And then the next oldest sister has a riding stable, Connerty Bay riding stable. So if you're ever on Manitoulin, check out the riding stable. Awesome rides. She even does overnight trail rides, so you go up, you camp out, and I'll put a link in the box below for your Facebook page. Also mention my brother Michael. He passed when we were younger, and both of his kids live with their mom in Hamilton. And then I also have another younger brother, and he lives on the island as well. He doesn't farm, but he does do some things within the community and sometimes helps out around my parents' farm still. So I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoyed your time at my parents' farm. Probably not as much as I did though. Until next time, thanks for hanging out on my parents' farm with me. Bye.